If AI hasn't been the buzzword of 2026, well, I don't know what was. But particularly when it comes to finance, there's lots of talk over how we should be adopting AI and the most productive ways to do so. My name's Ashley and I run the Finance Showcase. We run events across the country for finance professionals to help them stay abreast of the latest products and services. And in this episode of The Hub, we look back to our event in Twickenham earlier in the year in March, where we heard from the brilliant Rasmus, who's the CEO of Paraglide. And he talks how AI agents can really be used within the finance team to get better results. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And again, I hope to see you at a Finance Showcase very soon.
What agents can unlock is automation with context. It is understanding the context behind the decision that they're taking to take another action. Some great examples here are obviously accounts receivables, where it's a very conversational workflow where you can automate billing queries and two-way communication in your finance inbox. In accounts payable, we've seen intelligent document processing, IDP, having significantly higher automation rate than traditional OCR, by again understanding the context of the document and being able to process it and match the PO way more accurately than traditional OCR. Accounting and reconciliation is another good example for agents, where agents can handle the edge cases of bulk payments, of partial payments, and other edge case handling in the reconciliation. But, as mentioned, we've been very far behind, and I think there's a lot of conservatism and risk going on here as well. So, I've spent the last 3 years looking at investing in this category and trying to figure out where can agents have the biggest impact in finance teams. The way I like to divide it is in finance operations as well as strategic finance, where what I'm seeing the biggest adoption now is in the operational part of finance. It is in accounts receivable, it is in accounts payable, and it is in accounting. And ultimately, the goal of this is to be able to go from spending the bulk of your time on doing operational, tactical work to automating a lot of that so that you can focus on the more strategic and analytical work in finance, which is often why we became finance leaders. So, my fourth takeaway, agent management is becoming more important than people management. The evolution we're going towards is a world where humans did all the work to a world where agents are suggesting the work and humans are working as approvers of tasks that agents give to humans to accept on their behalf. To ultimately moving to autonomous agents, where agents autonomously execute the work on your behalf, and the job of humans is becoming more to monitor the work that agents are doing, checking edge cases, giving guardrails, and ensuring that the agents are in compliance with what you want them to do. So, the finance team of the future will see massive changes with the advent of agents. We are moving on to much leaner finance teams, where we have actually agents doing a lot of the work in finance operations, in accounts receivable, in accounts payable, in reconciliation, in treasury, in forecasting, and in expense management. The job of humans become a job of actually managing those agents. It is controllers giving guidelines to agent managers in how they can do the work. It is finance operations people who become approvers and confirmers of work. And ultimately, the job of managing agents that do the work on your behalf. So, how do we tell the difference between hype and reality within the world of AI? I like the distinction of AI powered versus AI native. And in my world, AI powered is just a legacy software that has added a chat bubble desperate to win some easy marketing points. AI native, on the other hand, is when you've built something with agents in mind from the ground up. Okay? I've seen multiple companies that have barely transitioned from on-prem to the cloud now claiming to be AI powered. And ultimately, The bet that I'm making is that when you build something from the ground up with agents first in mind, it is always going to become better than when you're trying to transition from classic software to agentic workflows. I think the question that you should always ask yourself when you're speaking to an AI vendor is, are they actually doing the work, or are they just managing you doing the work? Again, that's the key difference between an agent that is actually doing the work, it is sending those emails, it is processing those expenses, it is processing the documents, versus just a workflow management solution where it's helping you to better do the work.
Okay, so that's it for this episode of The Hub. Make sure you subscribe to our channel for plenty more videos like this, but also head over to our website to see all of our live events across the UK, and I really hope to see you at one very soon.